However, this has not always been the case. I'm going to give you a quick little history lesson. Start. Remember how I said he was 7.5 pounds and now I'm at 7.4. Starting in World War II, a pesticide called DDT was used as a chemical weapon. Now this chemical weapon was so effective in wartime that actually it was deemed an unfair advantage, and both sides signed a treaty saying they would never use DDT again. So what do you do with this pesticide, this chemical, now that we have barrels and barrels of it? Well, humans being the geniuses that we are, we decided to use it as a pesticide, as I said earlier. Now this pesticide was great at eradicating locusts and grasshoppers and beetles, but it had a negative impact on our local wildlife. As this chemical went through the food chain and started getting up to the larger predators, the bald eagles, the ospreys, and the peregrine falcons, it was contaminating these birds. So much so that these guys were often considered nothing more than toxic waste. They were so contaminated that when the females were laying eggs, they were so fragile they were being crushed by the weight of the incubating parents. Also, for decades, these guys were persecuted, they were hunted, they were shot, they were mutilated simply for being birds of prey. So what started happening? Well, we outlawed DDT. You can no longer use this pesticide in North America and in most of the developed world. These guys were protected. In 1976, these guys were put on the endangered species list, and all birds of prey were put on the Migratory Bird Act. You could not touch, handle, or anything with these birds without special permits. And with conservation, knowledge, and captive breeding and releases, these birds made an outstanding comeback. These birds are actually no longer on the endangered species list and are very common here in all of southern Ontario. Now these birds are master carpenters. They love making nests. Now, these guys make extremely big nests. The largest nest ever found was in Cape Canaveral, Florida. That nest was about 12 feet wide, 10 feet deep. Was in existence for well over 30 years. And in fact, they went through about 3 different eagle generations. They'll gather all the sticks, all the branches they can find, and the males will even bring up huge clumps of moss. They bring it to the